Yo, what's going on everybody? Skate Unity here again, coming back at you with another video. Got the Evolve GTR Series 2. Check out this box. Wow, box right off the bat, very nice. All right, let's open this bad boy up. Wow, even the inside of the box comes with extra padding. All right, I'm gonna put this board to the side real quick and we're gonna take a look at the accessories. One here is a quick look. All right, we got the Evolve case, very nice as always. The Y tool. We have the 4-amp charger, new phase remote. So this case too is very nice. Good thing to have in handy, especially like when traveling. It's a new phase remote. So I have the old version of the GTR, and my only one complaint is that the remotes were really fragile, and this one is a new upgraded, so it's definitely a lot more durable than the other one. But you should also keep this case because this way it's easy so you don't lose the remote. It's just a great traveling tool. The wires for charging, check out this bad boy. A lot more durable than the other one. We got in this bag right over here, we got a handbook with some extra stickers, extra bolts. Now we're a closer look at the board. With Fred's permission, I'm gonna rip this. Ready? We got the Series 2 GTR Bamboo coming at you. These tires, I think they're the same ones that came with the other Evolve. Check out these motors. So these motors are the 3,000 watt motors compared to the 1,500 motors on the old GTR. And then your double kingpin trucks. This part is new right over here. We have a clipping mechanism for wires so they kind of stay still so that they don't dangle. The 10S 4P battery, so it's the same as before, nothing upgraded here. And the range should be about 19 miles. So the biggest change that we have is the new ESC. It's a Lightfock ESC, so it's upgraded, it's more efficient, gives you more power, so it also prevents overheating when you're riding in the grass. All right, so it's the same bamboo board that we love, except more power, so you're not gonna overheat when you're going on grass. Bigger motors, more efficiency, so it should be a smoother braking from the ESC. All right, let's get out there and let's go shred with this bad boy right over here.
It looks like you lost another one.
Alright, so here we are, GTR 2, Max's normal GTR, both 6-inch AT, both 4070. What's your percentage on your remote? 100. I'm 100. Up here we got this very steep, very big road. I know it's hard to tell on camera, but it's huge. It's probably a quarter of a mile long and it's very steep. So we're gonna do a hill test while we're on full charge. 1, 2, 3, go. That's impressive. All right, so quick race. Me and Max, both 6-inch. GTR 1, GTR 2. On go. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, 15-mile-per-hour pull. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. All right, me and Max are gonna do a brake test at 15 miles per hour. All right, 1, 2, 3, brake. Still both good brakes. So as you can see, the GTR 2 definitely has better performance than the GTR 1. Now I wanted to talk about the noise that the GTR 1 makes when it accelerates and brakes. Start accelerating. Now, I don't know what it is about these smaller motors or the old ESC, but that sound just makes me cringe. If I can think of a way to make a sound inefficient, that sound right there would be it. All right, now here the GTR 2 acceleration. Way quieter. So if you're riding street wheels on an original GTR and you're going down a hill somewhat fast, then the brakes are extremely twitchy. The faster you go, the less stable it's going to be. Now with the GTR 2, that problem is gone. So when you're going fast down a hill with the GTR 2, the brakes will be smooth just like the Haitian. Now the GTR's biggest flaw, in my opinion, is overheating. When you're riding on grass and you're giving a lot of pressure to the motors, you're developing a lot of friction. A lot of friction makes those motors overheat, especially if you're a bigger rider. If you're a bigger rider that likes to ride on grass and go off-roading, you couldn't really do it with the GTR 1. With the GTR 2, you can ride on the grass all day long and will not overheat. Now, after riding the board for about 2.5 to 3 hours straight, going up a lot of hills, the motors were barely warm. Definitely not hot at all. You don't have to worry about any overheating. Now let's move on to the deck. My favorite part about the GTR. It's 3-ply bamboo, 2-ply fiberglass. Here is a flex demonstration of how the board responds jumping up and down on it. Now to me, this board has a perfect amount of flex. Not only does it have the perfect amount of flex, but the battery casing and enclosure takes up the entire bottom half of it. The flex, in my opinion, is more absorbing rather than more of like a trampoline kind of feel, something like the Backfire does. Now you see how the Backfire Zealot has more of like a springy kind of trampoline vibe to it? I'm not saying it's bad, it's just not my personal preference. I'd rather have a flex deck with a little bit more concave that's absorbing feel rather than a springy feel. So with that perfect amount of flex, in my opinion, has a perfect amount of concave. If you really see our heels digging into the edge of the board, you can see us really pushing the carb and you can see the rebound from the actual flex from the deck. Now this is also a fantastic setup for you longboard dancers. Every time you step on the edges, it helps absorb and it helps push the carve to side. So not only is it super fun to carve, but it's so easy to come off curbs with this setup. Now let's talk about the trucks. I know a lot of people hate on double kingpin trucks. If it's not for you, that's perfectly fine. But if you are a rider that rides more than just in a straight line going fast, you will like double kingpin. You can always adapt to higher speeds as long as you practice. but double kingpin also gives you tons of other fun skating attributes such as this. What's also cool about the GTR is you can reposition the rear trucks back further to have a longer wheelbase. You could also do the same thing for the front trucks. You can push it up to have a even longer wheelbase. This will be beneficial to bigger riders. As for the wheels, I ordered the 6-inch AT setup, not the 7-inch with the 66T. Evolve also has their own bearings, which are ceramic built-in spacers, which are actually very good bearings, and they have great free roll. Another small plus they added on, they're nice Evolve valve caps rather than just a traditional cheap valve cap, which is a nice touch. So a lot of the times when I get a new board, the wheels are crazy over tightened. So the free roll is absolutely terrible a lot of the times. Same thing for the motor mount bolts. Usually those bolts are on ridiculously tight and sometimes people wind up stripping them. With Evolve, everything broke free fairly easy. Okay, let's talk about both remotes. Now I know the R2 remote is ridiculously fragile. Now I have a case on there. It's not the best, but it definitely helps protect the remote. I also have a couple extras, so if you're a GTR owner and you're in the States, hit me up, maybe I'll send you one. Now me and Max always use our lanyards. We never have any issues with our remotes, but I definitely see a lot of people breaking theirs. As for the dual trigger design, I personally like that. Now growing up, I was in motocross and motorcycles my entire life, so having a separate brake lever and a throttle lever is natural to me. This is something small but worth mentioning. The lanyard on your remote is actually adjustable, so you can get rid of the slack, so it'll prevent you from dropping your remote. Now, none of these lanyards move up. These are stuck. So you're gonna have all that slack right there. And again, none of them adjust. You can't move these. These don't move. So they're just gonna kind of dangle. All right, so as you can see, the quality difference is quite different. Now this still has a really nice screen to it, but as you guys know that this is a very fragile remote. This is not. You guys can see average e-skate reviewers tossing it up in the air, only just scratch the surface of it.
Right. Yup, the screen's still on. Look at that, dude. No way. It's got some scratches there, but it's fine. No buttons have popped out. The body's completely intact. Let's see if the board connects. Yup. Acceleration, brakes working fine.
So this remote, we could talk about it for days. It has so many features, starting with the automated trigger reset. All you have to do is follow the prompts and your remote will recalibrate. You also have a My Board section. You could check your board's temperatures, battery data, product info, and warnings. With the old GTR, you can only read the trip from your actual ride. The new phase remote, it shows you that, and it also shows you the total amount of miles that are on the board itself. Now, when it comes to the lights, you have so many different options. There's different variables, there's different colors, there's different ways it actually lights up. All you have to do is buy the $25 prism lights and you can install them. I don't have them in the GTR 2 yet. I have them on the Hadian, so I'm demonstrating them on the Hadian. And I didn't think I would like this feature at all until I realized it was only 25 bucks. So I got it, and it's super cool, especially at nighttime. You could be seen shredding and it just looks even better. Now, you also have a dead man switch for a safety feature, which I don't use, but I double click it and it goes back in a menu button. You also have a power save mode, so if you have the power save mode on, it works kind of like a screensaver. So it'll go black for a while until you move it around and the screen comes back. Now, they also have a different sleep mode, so both the remote and the board will sleep after a few minutes, and then once you yank on the brake, the board and the remote just come back alive real quick. Now, not only does the board have 4 different modes for different riding levels, but you can go the extra mile and turn down the speed limits. You have the option of 20, 15, and 12 miles per hour, or you can just shut them off like I do. You also have an entire wheel setup section, so you can change from all-terrain to street. The all-terrain varies from 150 to 200 millimeters and different pulley sizes. You can also go down to street. You go from 80 millimeters and different pulley sizes all the way up to 107 millimeters. With the app, you can also customize the way you want your board to perform. So you could tweak the brake and acceleration curves and the power input to the way you want it. And you also have a board diagnostic setting, track of all your battery status, total voltage, temperature of the battery, and motors. There's also a ride tracking and sharing setting. You can pin your rides for other riders to see, locate other riders, find other places where to ride. You can share your top speed, share your distance, and you could put all that data on the leaderboard, and Evolve has giveaways every single month. Most importantly, the app can now do firmware updates. I've already done this on my phone, and I got a firmware update simply from the app. So Max's charging cover actually came off. Mine's still on my board, but it's very flimsy. But they replaced it with this one, which is definitely better. So it pops in a lot better. You could just tell it's built better rather than the old one. So what's cool about Evolve's double kingpin trucks, the bottom kingpin you can actually access with any T-tool. Other double kingpin setups, you really can't. You either got to remove that top kingpin to access the bottom one, or use a regular wrench, which gives you bad leverage on those other double kingpin trucks. Now, I'm not sure if this feature exactly works or not, but I do know that this board definitely runs more efficient than the regular GTR. So I'll give Evolve the benefit of the doubt with this one. So speaking of the enclosure, it is not the same exact enclosure, however, it is the same battery setup. Let's talk about the range. All right, so a little over 10 miles, almost 10 and a half miles, 47%. Me and Max are similar weight, right? GTR 1, both similar riding styles. Let me see your remote, let me see what percentage you're on. Now Max shut off his board, but he's at 34%. And again, similar weight, similar riding styles, I'm at 47%. So we're gonna go to another location, shred. Let's have some fun.
Later that same evening.
All right, so 6.2 miles, 14%. What are you at? 0%. 0%.
0%. I've been on 0 since the school.
All right, now full throttle real quick. How fast are you going? All right, I saw 60 miles per hour. I'm now at 8%. And Max is still going on 0%. You know, I'm showing because I'm still going down. Since I can't see your remote, I'm still going down.
That's crazy. Still at 0.
0% for what? A couple miles now. All right, so at 5%, it automatically knocks me into sport mode. And then once I hit 3%, it knocked me into eco mode. 1, 2, 3, go. So eco mode, full throttle. 19 miles per hour. GTR 2. 1%. 19 miles per hour at 1%. So we stopped at 10.4 miles before, now we're at 9.4, but still 1%. Top speed 18 miles per hour. Crazy. 9.6 miles. Now at 10 miles. So that's technically 20.4 miles with still 1% left. Topping out at 16 miles per hour, 17 miles per hour. All right, finally I just hit 0 and it's not going anymore.
Constructive criticism. Just like my original Haitian review, the phase remote has these tiny little holes to send the lanyard rope through in order to put it on your wrist. It's super hard to get into the hole, and once you get the little rope inside the hole, you gotta go from the other side, poke it out, and it's just a pain in the butt to do. I don't know why they set up these little tiny holes. So with the original Bamboo GTR, they had USB connections, so you can plug in the prism lights there or a phone charger. With the newer GTR 2, they have their own ports that are not common at all, and you cannot charge your phone with them. This clipping mechanism, even on the Haitian, is bad. It's a great idea. This one stays in place, but this one doesn't. And it's the same on my Haitians. One stays in place, one doesn't. So again, it's a great idea, but they don't really work that great. Now, another small complaint I have that's very minor, and it's more personal preference, is that their belts, they don't put a traditional size like most companies do. So sometimes I forget when I'm looking inside my box of belts, I don't remember what size GT03 means. With looking at regular belts, I have a good idea I know what size to use with certain pulleys, because I know it's a 260 and a 260 is about a 36T. With this, I'd have to look at their website and find out what size that is, which is 47T, but when I'm in my box of belts, but I will note if it has a numeric measurement. So if it had the numeric measurement of the belt rather than Evolve's own coding, I would know, just like a traditional belt. So most companies have the belt sizes right there. What's up guys, Fred at Eastgate Unity here. Just wanted to go over a few things, get some things off my chest, clear the air with a few things. Now, when it comes to Evolve, for some reason, there's this weird negative whiff about Evolve. People thinking they're a terrible company and they do bad things and all kinds of crazy negativity. If you've had a bad experience with Evolve, that sucks. I've been there. I've had terrible experiences with all kinds of different brands.
Am I doing something wrong here? Mode 4, tapped out at 13 miles per hour, 12 miles per hour. What am I doing wrong here? So I just shut it off and turn it back on. Board 0%, but there's 3 bars out of 4. Like, what is going on? Okay, so my Zealot just cut out on me going up a hill in turbo mode. So I turned it off and turned it back on, and it was fine. So I'm gonna try to replicate it, see if it happens again. And turbo mode, going up a hill. Hopefully I don't crash. Oh, just cut out again. Throttle's not working. See?
Whether it's a cheaper company that's based in China, whether it's a Canadian product,
I think I'm gonna take the other one for a second.
whether it's an American product. I've had bad experience with customer services with an American product or a China-based company. Either way, I've had all kinds of bad experiences. Some of the times you've seen them on the videos, but for the most part, they're after my videos. I don't really go online and tell people, hey, F this company, they suck, and they're trash. I don't do that. If anything, sometimes, and I will tell you about my experience, I won't get personal about the company. I'll simply just talk about my experience with the product. Now, I'm not sticking up for Evolve here. I'm sticking up for the e-skate community. Simply saying that if you don't have the product, then you don't have to have a negative opinion just because of what you see online. You go to group rides, it's all love. When you see everybody, it's all love. Imagine going up to somebody and making fun of their board that they ride, or electric bike, or their electric unicycle. It doesn't happen. We're all cool, we're all family, we all have a great time shredding out there. So why do we do it online? So I personally think this negativity about Evolve just has to go. It's ruining the e-skate community. I've seen people get made fun of just simply because the way they ride or the particular board they ride. I mean, we're grown adults. What are we doing here? It's ruining the community. It has to go. We should focus on bettering ourselves as a human and focusing better ourselves on being a rider itself. I'm always practicing. I'm always trying to help. I always reach out for help, and that's the way it should be. It shouldn't be any kind of negativity because of a particular product that you like. If you like something, go for it. If you don't. It's all good. If you don't like the Evolve company, that's all good. No one's making you buy the product. Evolve has not incentivized me in any way. In fact, they're pretty much the only company that doesn't incentivize me. But at the end of the day, regardless, you guys know I won't lie about any of my videos, as you guys know. I've also seen people make fun of their marketing. I've seen marketing everywhere, whether it's meepo.
Over time, humans have gotten creative and have pushed the boundaries of possibility.
I Wonder / Cloud Wheels. I've seen the LaCroix ads. I've seen all kinds of different marketing that makes it sound like the board is fantastic. I've seen onboard say high quality performance with huge torque and high climbing ability. I've seen Wowgo say very comfortable, powerful, and high quality. I saw Backfire saying designs make the best electric skateboard and longboards now. I see Urban Rover, which is a tiny small board, says that they're the most advanced control system in the industry. I've seen Halo Boards, they claim to be the best electric skateboard of 2021. I've seen one of the N-Skate ads and they say they're the best electric commuting skateboard. The Eco Mobile saying they're the best all-in-one crossover AT board. I've seen Lux Longboards call them elite electric longboards. I've seen Blackhawk is taking skateboard scene by storm. 2021 lineup featuring our tried tested hub technology of LG systems. I've seen Cali talk about shipping dates when they weren't even close. When X-Way Atlas first came out, their range or their top speed wasn't even close. And coming soon, that didn't come soon at all. That took super long to release. I've seen Evan Boards say premium board only can be made by premium parts. I've seen TMG call themselves race car acceleration. I've seen Lycon call themselves the fastest hub drive skateboard. X-Way Atlas says groundbreaking leading performance. I've seen some Walmart board call themselves premium electric skateboard. Onboard Carbon AT last year called themselves the best 2021 all-around electric skateboard and high quality performance and huge torque. The Dot boards call themselves premium boards. So you guys get the point. Now don't get it twisted. I'm not making fun of those brands and the way they market their boards. I've been in marketing and sales for about 16 years in my life. I say all the time on my videos, I always appreciate good marketing. I just think it's super weird that a lot of people are just super negative for no reason. Marketing is business 101. The fashion industry, the automotive industry, real estate, home appliances, you're gonna see commercials, you're gonna see ads. It's a part of business, business 101. So sorry about the rant. I just care about the e-skate community. I don't want to see any more negativity. I think it's very strange when grown adults get upset or make fun of somebody because they choose a certain product that they like. Now enough about the rant and the drama. Let's get to my final thoughts. So my final thoughts about the GTR 2. This board is not meant to compete with the Bamboo Haitian. It's not meant to compete with the meepo Hurricane. And it's not meant to compete with the onboard Zeus Pro. This board is more of a proper board. What I mean by that is you could be a beginner rider and you're just starting the e-skate sport, or you could be an advanced rider and still very much enjoy this board. A beginner would absolutely love this board and start off in eco and then sport mode and advance to GTR mode. And then they wouldn't have to worry about buying another second board because they're advancing in their riding skills. Having a board that you can grow into instead of buying more and more boards because you keep on going the cheap way in the beginning to try to save some money. Now you have a good quality board with good power, good range, and fantastic carvability. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people on Facebook groups or on YouTube that are complaining about the company because the board has some kind of malfunction and the company's not responding to the emails. Imagine saving $200, $300, $400, maybe $500, but at the end of the day, you wind up wasting $900, $800 because you have a board that won't work and the company won't even respond to you. That's not the case with Evolve. They'll always answer the emails within a business day or so, and they'll always got your back when it comes to customer service. May of 2020, I got my very first electric skateboard. It was a carbon GTR. I stripped the motor bolts myself. The next day, Evolve sent me a new motor. I had two Stokes. One of them had a bad motor and another one had a bad battery. One with the bad battery, they sent me a return label and I shipped it back, and they replaced the battery and sent it right back. As for the other one with the bad motor, they simply sent me a new motor and I installed that myself. As for all the current and previous Evolve owners that love their GTR or the GTX but hated the overheating issues, they hated the twitchy brakes down the hill, and they hated the super fragile remote, all that is all fixed. Now you can finally bring your GTR off-roading without overheating it. You'll have more power, the board will be more quiet, and most of all, you'll have that phase remote, so you don't have to worry about breaking that fragile R2 remote. I know this might sound cheesy, but I honestly feel like every e-skater should own one or two Evolve sometime in their life. Something about a build quality of Evolve is just something different. It's got great polish. Again, their customer service is awesome. I honestly wish more companies would have the technology that they have in their boards. The features that they have in their remotes, they have over 25 retailers in the USA alone, I believe. What's also cool about Evolve is they put on a lot of e-skate events. They also do a lot of fun podcasts and giveaways every single month. Definitely recommend this board or even the Haitian to any e-skater out there, whether you're an aggressive rider or you're a beginner. Because no matter what, the electric skateboard is gonna be a decent amount of money. So spend a little bit more, get good durability, good quality, and have that customer service to back you up. Thank you for watching, guys. Please comment, like, share, subscribe. Have a good one, guys.
That's what happened. Oh, shit. Sorry.
It's all good.
I don't know what happened.